Hello, YouTube. Good evening. Um, I felt like making a quick video tonight. This is going to be about, I didn't think I'd want to do a lot of videos about just kind of opinions on news items, but I did read this story this afternoon and got me to thinking, brought back some old memories of being in school. So I figured I'd do a quick little piece on it. When I last posted a video, I was still waiting on those fish to show up, and actually they showed up, I think it was a day or two later, and they were actually fine, and I got them in the tank, and they're in an aquarium over here on the other side of the room, so everything went good with that, although DHL was 3 days late on a shipment of live animals. And my birthday party went okay, except I had a little too much to drink. But I guess you're allowed to do that once a year. Don't plan on doing that again anytime soon. But moving on. If you check my profile, you'll see that I grew up in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And I don't live there anymore, but I do go back home a lot, especially this time of year. And I do read the local paper every day. And this afternoon there was a story in there about how there had been a fight at one of the local high schools, and this student had beaten another student unconscious, and to the point that he was injured badly enough that he had to be airlifted to the trauma center, which probably would be Richmond. I don't think there's a trauma center in Fredericksburg. In any case, the other student who beat this kid up has been arrested and taken to jail. And the rumor around town right now is that the student who is in jail now had been getting teased by this other kid, and the other kid had come up and spit in this guy's food and then was teasing him about it. And according to what the other kids are saying, the other kid just snapped and started beating the tar out of this guy. So it's kind of a sad thing. I don't really have an opinion on that as much as just kind of reminiscing about when I went to high school. And I actually went to high school in the same county, not the same high school as where this incident happened today, but it is the same system. When I went to high school there, they had what would be called, I guess, a zero tolerance policy of, if you got in a fight, they wouldn't even try to figure out who started it. They would just throw you out of school, suspend you for 5 days, for a week, no matter who it was that started it. And looking back on it now, I don't think that policy worked real well. And I'm not a big fan of zero tolerance policies anyway. And the reason why I say that I don't think it worked real well is that there were a lot of fights when I was in school. I mean, a lot. And I didn't, I just thought that was normal. I thought there would be, a couple of fights every week, every high school in America. And it wasn't until I was older that I found out that I was wrong. One incident that happened when I was in school that struck me in particular was, I had a friend, not a real close friend, but a guy I liked, nice guy, good student, college bound, and popular, and he got jumped in a stairwell by what we will call one of the knuckle dragging mouth breathers. basically someone with an IQ probably of about 70 that thinks might makes right. And he jumped my friend for looking at his girl. And I don't think my friend even knew this person. I didn't know him. And what happened was he got jumped, he got hit in the face, and he hit him in the face so hard that his teeth came out through his cheek and punched a hole in his cheek. So he had to go to the emergency room and get his face stitched up. He didn't even get off a punch. The stairwell was a big bloody mess. And they threw them both out of school. Even though clearly the guy who started it was the aggressor, and my friend was the victim, he was punished anyway because of the zero tolerance policy. And if you think about that, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'm going to be frank with you. My high school experience wasn't awful, but it wasn't that great. And to tell you the truth, a lot of times the bullies ran that school. And one of the reasons why, I think, was the zero tolerance policy. Because what happens is, there's a lot of stupid people that I went to high school with. And I mean really dumb. And if you're an idiot, and you're a big bully, and you probably don't care about high school anyway. If you get in a fight with somebody and get kicked out of school for a week, you don't care. Meanwhile, the guy that you beat up is, getting ready to go to college and have a career. It does matter to him because it's going to affect his grades and his scholastic performance. So, if you're a serious student, you don't want to get in a fight. So, basically, the people that had nothing to lose had all the power. They could just stomp on people anytime they wanted to, and believe me, they did. So I never thought that was a fair policy, and I actually hadn't thought about it in many years. And I love my hometown, but that's always been a disconnect between myself and where I grew up. Was that just a lot of the people there were just, well, in public school anyway, were just dumb. Just dumb. And when I'm talking about dumb, I'm talking about people that didn't know how many months there are in a year. People that I'm not sure could really even read. That kind of dumb. Now, a lot of them, in my experience, what happened was, as soon as it was legal for them to drop out of high school, which I think is 15 or 16, it may be different now, they did. So, that alleviated things a bit, but freshman and sophomore years was rough. So anyway, we are running really long, and I need to wrap this up. But, well, I'll put a link up to the story and the news story from today, and you can read that and form your own judgments. If I have a message to the high school students of today from someone who graduated in 1989, ooh, old man, I'm going to say once I got out of high school and was in college, that stuff was all over. All the bullying and all the social BS that goes on in high school, it's just over. And you come to the realization that, after you graduate, that none of that stuff means anything anymore. After you get that diploma, it's all done. Okay, so 15 seconds left. I'm going to wrap it up and get out of here, and I'll catch up with you later.